I'm sure if you follow me on the Anatomy Hunter, you share my passion about wanting hunters to be able to kill more deer and wound less. For you to be able to help me, you could send me your videos to theanatomyhunter.org, and you'll find a place that'll say perfect the shot, and all the instructions are there. Thank you very much. She's going down. Go down right there. She's going down. She's going down. I gotta find her. I hit her back. She's hunched up. Oh, yeah. I think I got her back a little too far. She's more angled than I thought. Come on, go down right there. Okay, let's take a look at Randy's shot. The question I had on his shot, which I'm going to try to help answer, is it possible at his angle that he could have made a double lung shot? Is it even possible? So I have this protractor that I made here. His shot angle was 70 degrees is what we figured the best we could be. So that puts that angle of that arrow like this. So if I bring that down here at this angle, I can bring this all the way out here, and his angle where he could shoot, for him to have made a possible double lung shot, is he would have had to shoot right in front of this joint. This joint here is where the scapula and the humerus come together, called the glenohumeral joint. Now, he would have had to hit there, but even at that angle there, he would have come back. I do not believe he could have possibly made a double lung shot. So, what did he hit? He came back and he hit here at that angle. Now, that was so far back that people that watch the video, they go, he hit way behind the lungs, that was in the guts or that was in the liver. Well, it turned out, as you will see, he actually hit the end of the lung that far back. He went in between the 10 and the 11th rib. That's why we call it Randy's 10.5 rib doe. And the lung actually went back farther. It actually went to the 11th rib. This is part of the documentation process that I'm all about. You can't argue the facts of where the arrow went in. We inflated the lung, as you'll see, and the hole in the lung lined up with the hole here with the rib up to the 11th rib. Now, when he went through here, he came out through the backside, and they thought that he hit the liver. The question is, if he went back here through the liver sits behind the lung, so in theory, he should have had a single lung and a double liver shot. Now, and then the arrow went through, it hit the back leg and it stopped. Now the question is, did he hit the liver? And at the time, and I'm going to show you, I told him he did not hit the liver. Randy and his brother were there and they said, no, they think it's a liver shot. I said, no, he didn't hit the liver. They said, you don't know that because the deer was still alive. We were waiting for her to die. So I'm going to turn this around and I'm going to show you why anatomically I knew, so you will know that he could not have hit the liver. Okay, now, the reason he could not have hit the liver is he shot the deer on the left side. It was a steep angle and he hit back, and the liver sits on the right side. It's literally attached to the diaphragm right in the middle. So his arrow at 70 degrees came through, actually back farther than this, and it went and it just missed the liver, and it came in and ended up hitting the back leg. So he ended up hitting one lung, the stomach, the intestines, the back leg, and his broadhead ended up hitting the femur in the back leg, and that stopped it, okay? Okay, now this is a top view of a deer. This is the heart, this is the lungs. This is designed to show you the horizontal trajectory angle of Randy's arrow. So if you can see this here at his 70 degrees where I set this, do you see this represents the scapula? He can't take that arrow and move it up into here because he'd be hitting the bones, the shoulder bones in the front. So that's as far forward as he could go at that angle, not hit the shoulder bone, but take a look what happens here. He only hits one lung. Now, he actually hit at that same angle, but he hit way down there like that. He hit just the very end of the lung. So now we're going to go to, and we're going to show you from a different perspective, how much lung that he actually hit there. It'll be very interesting. Okay, next, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a look at how much lung that Randy hit when he hit it in the back, because this is going to really surprise you. So what I did is I made a chart of a cross-sectional view of a deer's lungs. Okay, so this is in the very front. If you have a frontal shot, see how small they are there. This will be going back there to where the heart would be, going back farther to what I call my perfect kill shot, the largest portion of the lungs. But on Randy's though, let's take a look at this here. Take a look at how thin the lungs are there. The lungs at the very end come to a point. So I call them 1/8 of an inch thick. So even though Randy hit the lung, and it was one lung, when you're dealing with blood loss, this is all the thickness of the lung that he actually hit on the very edge. In fact, you'll see when we examine the carcass, as it goes in, it triangles away and it gets wider. So he went into, at the very end, hit maybe 1/8 of an inch. The other end of the broadhead hit maybe 3/4 or maybe an inch. That's all the thickness he has. And that's why this cross-sectional view is so important, because a single lung shot is not a single lung shot, or a double lung shot is not a double lung shot. It's how thick the lungs are where you hit them, and he hit them at the thinnest point possible. Now, my opinion, should have Randy taken the shot? The answer is obviously no. Why? Because it was impossible for him to make a double lung shot at that angle. Even though if you shoot back farther and you hit in the guts, you're going to kill the animal, that doesn't mean that you're going to find the animal. Number one is you're taking an animal and you're crippling them, and I am all about making a quick, efficient kill.